Hi, in this video I'm going to install MbClient, the microblogging client on Linux Mint. So I've got JS8Call already installed, as you can see here, so let's just start that up. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is change some settings. So we're going to settings here. We need to add @mb to the call sign group here, and then go to reporting, go to the API section, and we need to click on enable TCP server API and accept TCP requests. Okay, so that's all we need to do on JS8Call, and those two changes will not make any difference to the operation, the normal operation of JS8Call. So you can do that and carry on using it as normal. Okay, so the next thing to do is to download the software. And to do that, we need to go to GitHub. Okay, so in your favorite browser, we put github.com/P for Paul, capital O for Offord, and we'll just do that for the moment. And what we're interested in is MbClient, this one here. Let me make that a bit bigger. So MbClient here. So we'll click on that. Then we go to this green code button, click on that and download the zip file. Okay, that's completed. It's a very small zip file, as you can see. Right, let's get rid of the browser and we'll start up. We will start a command window, and actually let's look at the file system. We'll go to the downloads, double click into there, and there's our file. So I'm going to extract it into the downloads directory temporarily, and then I'm going to go to my home directory, and I have in my home directory I've created another directory called My Apps. So we go into there, and this is where I'm going to put the MbClient software. So go back to downloads. I think what I'll do is I'll cut it out of there because I don't really want it to stay in there afterwards. Come into here and then simply paste it in. Okay, so you can see it's called MbClient main. So let's change into the My Apps directory. And then we change into MbClient main. Okay, now before we try and run this, we need to check a couple of things. The first thing is we need to change a file called dbroot. So let's go into here, you go into the MbClient directory under MbClient main, and the file we're interested in is this dbroot. So what we want to do is open that with a text editor, and this is actually set up to work with Windows, so we just need to change this. We're going to change it to create it in my home directory. So let's do it like that. Okay, save that. Now let's go back to the command window, and we need to check Python. So if we do Python 3 minus capital V, it tells us that we have 3.12 installed. So this is a recent install of Linux Mint. I haven't installed anything on top of it. So Linux Mint 22.3, I think, is what I'm running. Comes with Python 3.12, and we need 3.9 for the MbClient software. Okay, so that looks good. Now the next thing I want to do is check that we've got a graphical library called tkinter, Now this is part of the standard, the Python standard library, but what I found is on some Linux distributions it's not installed by default. So if we try that, you can see that it's not installed. So to install that, what we need to do is sudo apt install Python 3 -tk. Now, full disclosure here, I did install this before while I was testing, and then I uninstalled it. If you don't have tkinter installed, you're probably going to see a lot more activity here than you've seen with me, because I have all the dependencies already installed because I installed it once before. So don't be surprised if this scrolls and you get lots of additional packages installed, which are the prerequisites to Python 3 TK. Good, so if we go back and try our command again, you can see that now we get this little window, and you can click me and check it, but that just proves that we now know that we've got tkinter installed. Okay, at this point we should be able to run the software, so we type in Python 3 and then it's actually called run MbClient.py. And as you can see, that starts up. So let's try a quick test. We'll do a scan. So with this command, we're going to look for available servers. Okay, and as you can see, we've found a server. So just a quick explanation. This one here, EA7QTH, that's a fictitious server, at least I hope it is. And that just has one entry, and it's just so that you see, when you install the software, you actually see something here. If we go to this server, we can do list latest, and it'll go and get the latest posts on that server. So we'll start to get a listing in here. Okay, so this, we've got one listing here. If we click into that, we don't have the content. All we're getting at the moment is just list items. And once this is finished listing, I'll show you we can just quickly get one of the contents for one of the posts. Let's try one more thing. We'll try and get the content for post ID 63. So we can simply click on this prompt in the post content area. Okay, so there you see the content for post number 63. Okay, I think that's enough for the moment. I didn't intend this to be a user guide. You saw how the installation process went. We had to make those two changes to JS8Call. We then went to GitHub and downloaded the software and unzipped it into a directory of your choosing, quite honestly. But I had a My Apps directory added into my home directory. You then need to change dbroot.py because the current db root points to a Windows location. I'll change that as time goes on, but for the moment that's what we have to do. You then want to check for Python to make sure it's installed, so the Python 3 -v command, and also check for tkinter. And as I said, on Linux Mint 22.3, tkinter is not installed by default, despite the fact that it's part of the Python standard library. So we use sudo apt install to get that installed. Check that it's working with Python 3 -m tkinter. And at that point, you should be able to run the software. So you run it with Python 3 run mbclient.py. And that's it. You should be good to go. Hope you found that useful, and I'll catch you on the next one.